Hi, I'm Tori Palmberg, and I had the opportunity of doing my case assessment on a 4.5-year-old non-Hispanic Caucasian boy who lives with his mother, stepfather, and grandfather figure in a rural community just outside of Stockton, California. We met in their home and I conducted the ASQ questionnaire using each portion and category to assess this child biopsychosocially. The results demonstrated, based on the scoring, that there was no concerns for delays or disorders. Anthony, that's what I called him, was scored rather high in all of the categories. I think communication he scored the highest, and fine motor skills was the lower score. But I think in general he is on a normative trajectory based on other kids his age for healthy, positive development. As a student social worker asking questions and engaging with the mother as well, I noticed that she read to Anthony a lot, that she does homeschooling, that they spend a lot of time in activities that are really conducive to learning. So since there weren't a lot of barriers for Anthony that I was aware of, I encouraged her to continue to read to Anthony to strengthen his literacy skills. I also encouraged her to have Anthony read out loud to the family, take trips to the library, which was suggested by Professor Kirker in one of her lectures, just to keep fostering the growth and development that they're already seeing. I did notice that in the communication portion he only had 1 or 2 friends because he lives in a rural environment. And as a social worker in practice, I encouraged the mother to provide opportunities for Anthony outside the home where he would be able to engage and interact with children his own age, so perhaps taking him to the park or some kind of outdoor activities or other community events where he can engage and broaden his social development would be important. I also think that implications for social work include understanding what tools are available to us and why they're important in assessing the needs of children. So in addition to those suggestions, I also suggested support for her. She's a stay-at-home mom, and so having resources and support to help her during her stressful times as a parent, since she's the primary caregiver, would be beneficial as well. The ASQ, I found out, is a global screening tool. I think I went on the Ages and Stages website, and also I found a study by Singh, Ye, and Blanchard 2017 that talked about how practical this assessment tool is worldwide. But it's also particularly useful in the Southwest because there is a lot of diversity and poverty in our communities. There's a large Hispanic population in the Southwest, and there's also a lot of individuals who are isolated rurally. So any opportunity to use an assessment like this to intervene, to identify delays or disorders is particularly useful. It's a really good thing. So I definitely think it's applicable. The last thing I want to say is that I learned a lot in this experience. I educated myself on early childhood development. I familiarized myself with Erickson's stage of initiative versus guilt. It appears that Anthony is mastering the tasks associated, the milestones associated with that stage, and that children his age are very energetic and they need lots of opportunities for physical activity. Nutrition is extremely important, and a positive social environment can go a long way even in the face of prior adversity and trauma. So the opportunity to utilize this tool, to engage with the mother, to observe the child, these were all extremely beneficial for me in my social work experience and career going forward, and I was glad to be able to use the assessment tool and to have this experience. Thank you very much.